between these two athletes. Nice job getting that punch through. Nice counter shot. He threw it. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
One punch can change anything when these two step in the ring. Good counter punch. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice exchange here from both men. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. These punches coming from every angle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Trying to land that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
Okay, focus. Big, deep breaths. Calm yourself down, calm yourself back. Come on, breathe.
On to the second round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter shot. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. How about that time counter shot? This fighter's hold that thought. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Catch and shoot. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now.
Good shot. He's good.
We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed back on it. Like it never happened.
That counter shot lands.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off. If you got complacent, the fight's not over yet. You got to go out there and win this round.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. And now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
It's all offense all the time. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. They're both trying for a knockout. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Perfect counter shot. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the ring...
Oh my word, down goes RJJ! I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5. Do you still want to fight?
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes to close, time.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round.
What are you doing? You've switched off completely. I need you to focus on what you're doing.
On to the 4th we go. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Oh, listen to me. I knocked somebody down like that round. You know this round coming up? He's getting everything, everything. Full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. There's a counter shot. I want to think of holding on here for a minute. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. True champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
They miss with the jab. Swing and a miss with that jab. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance.
You can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
Shot from the gut.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left.
Come on, you're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through camp. I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back. Get your...
Back into the fray here in round 5. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
A perfect counter lands. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there, toe to toe with them, and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set the shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Counter punch caught him clean. The jab just got blocked. Good counter punching. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
We'd like to see more jabs. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Parries away the left uppercut. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Very close round with 10 seconds to go.
Come on, do you want to win this fight? I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus back, get that jab.
There's the bell to start round 6. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship round.
Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to me. Are you okay?
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters.
Pensacola's finest is down. You up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me your glove.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's putting down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Great work, Fish. It's all very nice.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? That jab misses. They exchange punches. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nobody home with that hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. You've been coasting.
Round 7, here we go. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those counter punches have to hurt. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
The straight right just misses. Stamina is off the charts. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter. A fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst. Boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well done with that counter shot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. A lot of effort being exerted here. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Holding nothing back here in the round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off. Get back out there and switch on. Get this boxing back together. You're starting to make mistakes and you're...
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good, man.
There's the bell to start round 8. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. He knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
You're right, Todd. What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you continue?
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
The best start, but you know what? The cornermen now is down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. That left hook doesn't find its target. can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're gonna find out.
These two were made for each other. His stamina is off the charts. Nice counter punch right up the middle. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get you now.